Alright, what is up guys? VV back with another video. And so today we're going to be doing another game review style video. You guys know I like to do these game reviews. It's not that I'm looking to start new games. I just like to learn new games. That's all there is to it. And with this Dragon Ball, today we're going to be going over Dragon Ball Super. And how do I say it? I recorded a video, but you guys know how I like to show in the background the tutorial because I'm using it as an educational video to show stuff. Well, it hit me with a copyright strike, so I had to take that down immediately, obviously, because I didn't want to get hit with any kind. Well, it didn't hit me with a copyright strike. It warned me of one. It said, "Hey, there is a part in your video that is copyrighted." So you know, it was. Long story short, I said, "Okay, I'm just going to delete it and just record over this one. Record over a new one." So today, guys, we're going to be going over Dragon Ball Super. Now, like I said, I've already gone over this, unfortunately, but I was not able to keep it because it said that I had, copyrighted the sound and stuff. I think that's what it was. We're going to see with this video. All right, so let's go ahead and get right into it, guys. We're going to learn about this game. I have played Dragon Ball Super in the past. I have looked at it, but not really anything serious. Only enough to play a game over the countertop, and just to try it out, and had no idea about any of the intricacies. It was when it first came out, so no idea of new sets and all that stuff. So let's go ahead and dive into it, guys. Let's see how this game works. Okay, now like I said, there's not going to be any sounds, so then this is just a 1-minute video, and I'm just going to kind of go over the mechanics of the game as they come up. So we got a nice little intro here. We all know Dragon Ball characters, right? Okay, decks can include 51 to 61 cards. Okay, so that's important to know. Excuse me, and I believe this is Bandai, right? Yeah, so this is a Bandai game, just like One Piece, right? So, and I will say this, like I said, having played the game a little bit, I do see where it's a little bit like One Piece in the idea that there's counters and stuff like that. So that's pretty interesting. That's pretty cool. So let's keep that in mind. All right, let's keep going. Okay, so bunch of iconic characters here. Goku, Vegeta. Alright, so these are different kinds of cards they're showing. Looks like there's a leader card, a unison card, a battle card, and an extra card. Let's see, where does it say? Okay, it says at the top right. So we got extra up here, battle, unison, and leader front. So leader front, I'm assuming there's a leader back. Okay, and let's just kind of look at this real quick. I'm not going to read this auto burst. Well, actually, yeah. Auto Burst 2, you must place the top 2 cards of your deck in your drop area to activate this skill. When this card attacks, you may choose 1 green card in your hand and place it in your drop area. If you do, draw 2 cards. So it looks like you're kind of milling 2, if I'm understanding that correctly, and then dropping a green card to draw 2 for his auto attack. Very strong. And then Awaken, when your life is at 4 or less, you may choose up to 2 of your energy, switch them to active mode, and flip this card over. So there you go. So yeah, there's the leader front, and then it'll flip to the leader back, and I'm assuming it'll get stronger, right? I guess that's the idea. Excuse me. Okay, unison cards. I don't remember these when I played the game. Auto, when this card attacks, add a marker to it, then choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and get -5, and it gets -5,000 power for the turn. Okay. Activate main, and then it says -1. I wonder what that is. Choose 1 of your battle cards or leader cards, and it gets +5,000 power and can attack your opponent's battle cards in active mode for the turn. Well, that seems like it could be potentially very powerful, right? Because it looks like you're giving -5,000, and then when you're activating, you're gaining 5,000. So that could be a 10,000 point swing if I'm understanding that correctly. And as usual, guys, for anyone who knows, just correct me if I'm wrong on any of this. I'm learning it for the, basically kind of for the second time, but really for the first time in like 4 or 5 years. Okay, all right, so next we got battle cards. So this is Son Goku Absolute Annihilation. Really cool looking art in this game. And of course, it's the Dragon Ball Z stuff. They've always had really cool art. He has Deflect, Barrier, and Unique. I don't know what any of that does, guys. I apologize. Permanent if your leader is yellow. Okay, so I see yellow dots here, red dots here, red dots here. So I'm assuming that's yellow. If your leader card is yellow, your opponent can't activate extra cards unless they switch 1 of their energy to rest mode. So you're kind of getting taxed for doing things with him on the board. And I don't see what color this card is either over here to the left. Maybe it's green. Yeah, it looks like, okay, maybe that's how you can tell. It's like green at the bottom right, red at the bottom right, yellow, red. And then last but not least, got an extra card. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but it looks like we got a cool little action effect there. Extra cards. Yeah, counter battle card attack. Very cool. Oh, one more thing, too. I'm looking at it. It looks like there's a plus 5,000 on the side of the battle cards, which is very similar to One Piece in how they can counter out. It looks like that's going to be for some type of battle tricks. Okay, let's let it play through. This is just a quick video we're going to go through first. Okay, Awakening combo. So this is just a quick video we're going to go through, and then we'll go over to the 10-minute video that the Bandai store has, and I'll speed it up to 2x. Okay, or the Bandai YouTube. Okay, so Awaken, here we go. So flipped it over, auto sparking 5. I did it too fast. Let's pause it. There we go. Auto sparking 5. When this card attacks, draw one card, and if a Krillin card is in your drop area, this card gets plus 5,000 power and double strike for the duration of the turn. Okay, so that seems very strong. And then combo cards over here. I don't see where it says combo. I'm assuming they just mean like how counters are in One Piece. All right, let's see. So, okay, let's take a look at the combat, like the way things are here. For those who already watch my channel, this looks very, very similar to, oh gosh, what was it called? Clash. Alpha Clash. This looks just like Alpha Clash, guys. Where, now there's not life area in Alpha Clash, but you've got your leader, your Unison area. This is where you place your Unison card. You can only have one Unison card in play in your Unison area. Your battle area, your combo area, and your energy area, your deck and drop. This looks, like I said, very, very similar to that. I do like how basic it is. It's just, you know, keep it simple, keep it simple and basic so everyone can learn it quickly. Don't want to overcomplicate things, but also don't want to make things too basic to where there's no intricacies. But yeah, this looks pretty solid. It says meet the awakened conditions to flip your leader card over and power up. Okay, got your life area over here. Why was it highlighting that? Was that a different card? Ah, I can't do it fast. Oh well. Okay, we just saw this. Battle cards in your hand and battle area. Battle cards in your hand and battle area can be placed in your combo area to power up an attacking character. Okay. So cards that were already up here you can pull down to the combo area to boost attacking characters. Let's see what happens. Yeah, and like I said, okay, so they're both going to power up your Goku to put him at 25,000. Very nice. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, let me let it go to 25. Cool. So combo, very nice. So that's one thing that I do wish they kind of had sometimes in One Piece. Like I think it'd be cool to combo attacks. I'm not saying it's necessary. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. But I think it would be very cool if, like, you know, you got all these. Now, don't get me wrong. It would make decks that are like have rushers in them, and not necessarily just rushers, but what do you call it? Like the Zoro decks, the red decks that have all these searchers. That's the word I'm looking for. All of a sudden, they're like buffing and everything. And I still think that'd be kind of cool, and it would justify an idea I've had in a previous video of how they need to introduce more AoE to the game and more removal to the game. And I don't know, this would kind of complement that idea, I think. But anyway, y'all say what y'all think. Very, very cool idea. Very awesome graphic here. Okay. Yep, and then you compare power, and if your power matches or is higher, it's probably going to KO, I would assume. Okay, and it takes life cards. Now, I wonder... Okay, that's it for that one. Let's go to the other one. But I wonder, do you draw the life cards in this game? That's one question I do have. And if anyone knows the answer to that, please tell me in the comment section below. Or is it more like, you know, once you take life, this card just goes to the trash? Okay. All right, let's keep... So I've got one other one here. Okay, and again, this is from the official Bandai store. So I'm gonna turn this one to 2x speed because it's a 12-minute, almost a 12-minute video. And we'll just kind of pause it and talk about as we go. Whoa, there we go. All right, tutorial movie is what they're calling this. And again, I have it in 2x speed, so I'm going to pause it as soon as I can. Okay, so again, this is just the intro to the video. Now, these cards, maybe this was at a previous time, or maybe they just weren't showing enough in the original video, because these cards have like plus 10,000 counters, or plus 10,000 combos on them. But there's a 1 next to the card, so you probably have to pay 1. Jump right into the world of Dragon Ball, okay. Yeah, I stopped watching Dragon Ball Z years and years and years ago. I'll pause it real quick. So I used to watch Dragon Ball Z back in like 2000, I guess it was, whenever it came to the United States, on this show on Cartoon Network called Toonami. It would air. There was a segment it would air on for like there was like a 2-hour segment, and Dragon Ball Z would be in there somewhere. Like they had like Sailor Moon, Gundam Wing, Ronin Warriors. I think they had Thundercats too on there for a while. Reboot, Muyo Kenshin I think was one of them on there. Just all kinds of stuff, and of course Dragon Ball Z was in there as well. But yeah, that I stopped watching Dragon Ball Z around the Cell Saga or the Majin Buu Saga. So I have no idea who this guy Whis. I want to say Whis, but I have no idea who this person is. But of course I know who Goku and Vegeta are. So all right, let's keep going. Okay, so we got leader cards that can turn over. Now let me see that one we just saw. Let me. Okay, when this card attacks, it gains plus 1,000 for each 1 energy you have for the duration of the turn, and then Awaken. When your life is at 4 or less, you may draw 2 cards and flip this card out. That seems really good. That seems like a very easy Awaken there. You know, very practical Awaken or Awaken ability there. Wiz's Coercion. Now this is an extra card. Now notice in this tutorial, there's only three types of cards. They didn't have that Unison card. So again, let me just look at that real quick. I do want to see that real quick. So this one came out 6 years ago, and this one came out 2 years ago. Okay, so whatever. It is what it is. All right, let's keep going. So Coercion, Wiz's Coercion here is a one mana or 1 resource activation cost here to counter an attack, negate the attack, then choose up to 1 of your energy and switch it to active mode. Assailant Vegeta, he has critical. When this card inflicts damage to your opponent's life, they place that many cards in the drop area instead of their hand. Well, okay, so this says they draw the card to their hand. Okay, so that kind of answers one of my other questions, unless critical. Very nice. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, let's see this Awaken ability here. Permanent. When you have 7 or more energy, this card gains dual attack, or I guess like double attack. Once per turn, when this card attacks, switch the card to active mode after the battle. Okay, so not quite double attack or double strike. It's dual attack. So it gets to attack and then goes active and attacks again. Very cool. It's like a stand-up effect. And then we have auto once per turn. When this card attacks, draw 1 card. Then this card gains plus 1,000 power for each 1 energy you have for the duration of the turn. So just like the other one we saw. Okay, or just like the other effect it had. Okay, got battle cards like we talked about a little bit. Yeah, extra cards, very nice. All right, we're going to let it kind of play through. Actually, we're going to fast forward. Okay, all right, so here we have, well, okay. I meant to, so this has Evolve. I wonder what the Evolve is here. So you can pay 5 instead of paying 6 from a Son Goku to like cheat him into play earlier. That's my intuition speaking. Like that's intuitively, that's what that means in my mind. Almost like a shift cost if we're talking about Lorcana. He has double strike, not dual strike like the last guy we saw, or dual attack, whatever it was. Let me see. It was like dual attack. Yeah, this guy has double strike. And then permanent, if Krillin is in your drop area, this card gains triple strike. Very nice. So he hits 3 times. Very cool. And then auto, when you play this card, choose any number of your opponent's battle cards of which the total cost adds up to 6 or less and KO them. So choose any number of your opponent's battle cards of which the total cost adds up to 6 or less and KO them. Okay, that's interesting. So here's the cost up here, I'm assuming. Okay. Very nice. Okay, so I like the board already. Oops. Oh, man, I'm so bad at this. I'm sorry, guys. I like the board right away because you got the battle area, the combo area, the energy area. And like we said, there's no unison area in this one like we looked at in the last one. So that must be a new thing. Okay, you got your life card area. Yep, pretty straightforward. You want to awaken your cards once they hit that condition so they can become more powerful. That's a cool idea too, by the way. I wouldn't be surprised, or I shouldn't say I wouldn't be surprised. It would be cool if they kept this kept this kind of idea into consideration with One Piece, because it would be cool if certain, if your leaders could do that, right? Because like with Luffy, for example, it would make sense that he can go from gear 1 to gear 4 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now, I understand they get around that by printing characters that are in certain gears, but this is a really cool idea that I like a lot. Okay, let's see what happens. So he awakens. We're not going to read all this. Combo. So again, you can combo your cards here, yep, with your power to make your guy stronger so you can do more damage. But what happens to the cards? Let me see. Take cards from your hand or your battle area and place them here to send them into combo. There are no limitations for the number of cards in the combo area. But what happens after they combo? I wonder if they go away or what. And, okay, so energy cards are upside down. Yikes. So here's the first criticism I'm going to offer. And I mentioned it as well in, like I said, this game is almost identical to Alpha Clash, where they have their energy upside down. They have this little middle area for, they call the equipment area, I think, or the item area, something like that. And then they have your energy area or your resource area and your character area at the top. Character area. Okay, I am not a fan of this. I don't like when cards are upside down. It's an orientation thing for me. Like, I guess maybe I'm a little bit OCD, ADD, ADHD, I don't know what. But this really gets under my skin. Okay, let's keep going. So this guy costs 3, they're showing, and there's a blue circle. So you have to have at least one blue card. So notice how Krillin is a green card, and Piccolo and Objection are blue cards. So you have to at least meet this one color symbol in order to play the card. And he costs 3, so they play him for 3. And it costs 1 blue. They had the 1 blue. They had 2 blues, actually. So I wonder, though, how many colors can you have in one deck? I don't know. I would assume up to 2, but someone correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe it's more than that, as long as you can pay for it and, you know, correct your energies, your resources. Okay, active mode, rest mode. That's just tapped versus untapped. This is a really nice view of the combat area here. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so they're showing 1 leader card and 50 of your other cards. Battle cards, extra cards, and I'm assuming unison cards that we saw in the last one. Okay, you can only have 4 copies in a deck. Very nice. That's a great model. Okay, so they want to do Son Goku versus Frieza. Now, we're not going to go through a whole game because I don't know if this is what's going to mess up my copyright thing or whatnot. But we're just going to kind of look through this and I'm just going to talk over it. So again, here's the area. You got your battle area, your combo, your energy, your life, your deck, your leader, and then there's a unison area now, it looks like. Charge phase. Okay, now we're going to go through the phases. Here's what I really want to see. So you have your switch all of your rest mode cards to active mode, your charge phase. So that's your untap. That's your untap upkeep phase for the most part. And you draw a card. So untap, upkeep, draw is just one phase. I do like how they've simplified that. Skip this procedure on the very first turn of the game, of course. Very good. Charge phase number 3 here. Place any card in your hand into your energy area voluntarily. Or it's a voluntary action. So in other words, you're going to be able to play your energy at that point. I'm assuming you can only play 1 energy per turn. Someone correct me if I'm wrong on that. Okay. Then you get to your main phase. So here's your second phase here. Play battle cards from your hand into the battle area. Activate card skills. Activate your leader cards awaken. Battle. Proceed to the end phase. So, and I'm assuming, I don't know if there's an order to this, but I think you can do this in pretty much any order. But maybe this is just the order it goes in. I don't know. Let me see if I go through it. Yeah, they're showing how to play cards now. Attack. So then there's an offense step in the attack. Hang on. So let me go back real quick. So like I said, in the main phase, they have it in a specific order, but it's not numbered. So I'm assuming you can do any of this in any order, as long as, well, other than proceed to the end phase. That's at the very end, of course. But I don't know if you have to activate your... Here's my question. If anyone knows the comment section below, activate card skills. Activate your leader's cards awaken. Battle. Can I battle first and then activate card skills, or can I play battle cards, or excuse me, can I activate my leader cards awaken and then play battle cards from my hand, or does it have to be in a certain order? That I'm not sure about. But either way, I do like when the main phase can do all this different stuff, especially when you have freedom to it, like there is in One Piece. Okay, so let's go ahead and zip through here. So they showed how to play a character. Now they're showing how to attack. Let me pause it once it gets to a certain point. Oh, they're showing the blocker. This is a blocker here. Right? So, yeah. So, Frieza attacks Goku. And... All right, offense step. Here we go. The attacking side's step. The attacking player can combo, activate skills, and awaken their leader in the offense step. Okay. The defense step, the defending side step, the defending player can also combo, activate skills, and awaken their leader to counter their opponent's actions. Okay, that's interesting. So the defending player can also activate their leader's, awaken during the defensive step on defense. That's nice. That allows for more interaction. Very nice. Okay. Oh, let me just... 3. Damage step. Compare the power of the 2 battling cards after all increases and decreases in the 2 above steps and decide the winner. So you're going to add up all the combos and see who wins. Okay. So in this case, let me hit 10,000. So the attacker wins in that case, right? The defender has to beat the attack. It can't match it, just like in One Piece. You can't match their attack. You have to surpass it, right? Okay. Very nice. All right, so we have an activate. The effect of objection here, activate main, choose up to 1 card from your hand and add it to your energy. So it's showing what you can do. Like, this is an activate main ability. Let's see if they show any others. Auto, the effect of Son Goku, auto, when this card attacks, it gains plus 1,000 for each energy you have for the duration of the turn. Okay, yep. So he's going to get, they're showing he's going to get plus 3,000 because he has 3... active energy, or 3 energy on the field. Okay, wait, we got to pause here. All right. They were showing him battle damage, so he gets the card. And then what? Let me see. It just goes to your hand. They're just showing it goes to your hand. Okay, so here's a blocker here. Sorbet, the loyal commander. So they have a blocker keyword just like in One Piece. Okay. When one of your other cards is attacked, you may switch this card to rest mode and change the target of the attack to this card. So just a very standard blocker keyword. We won't spend too much time on that. Permanent, this card cannot attack battle cards. Well, that's interesting because this guy forced him to attack. Right? And he has a battle card. Let me see if it shows anything real quick. Oh, well, he got him. It blew him off the board there. So I guess the idea there is... he didn't attack the battle card. The attack was changed to a battle card, so he still gets to do his damage. The damage will still go through. Okay. Charge phase, main phase, battle offensive step. All right, now they're showing adding counters, or adding combos is what it's called in this game. And this one says 0 plus 5,000, so I guess you don't have to pay any resource to get the 5,000. Whereas, remember, earlier we were looking at cards that had... 1 for plus, you had to pay 1 to get plus 10,000. Okay, so there's the 5,000. All right, let's see what they're trying to show here. So, hang on. Let me hit play real quick. I want to see who attacked who. So he attacked into Trunks, who was tapped. So I'm assuming you can only attack tapped characters unless otherwise stated on the card. He is going to buff him for plus 5,000. So now it's the defender's step. And he's going to choose to do nothing, it looks like. Just let it go through. Because remember, if you match the power of the attacker, you still get destroyed as the defending card. So as you'll see, boom, he gets wiped out and goes to the trash. Okay, and then there's a card like this for combat tricks. This is always nice. Counter attack, negate the attack, then choose it to 1 of your energy and switch it to active. So this is almost free. That's pretty solid. Okay. Yep, the effect of Wizard's Coercion is negate the attack. We already read that. Okay, and then that's pretty much the end of the... I think they have like a part 2, but I'm just going to do this one because that's really... I think we get the idea here. Okay, so very cool, and I'm sorry that we couldn't hear the tutorial, guys. Like I said, you know, I would much rather have listened to the tutorial, but at the same time, it wasn't an option. I wasted, you know, 30 minutes on recording an entire other video on this, and it would not let me. It let me post it, but it was at the risk of like a content, you know, like strike or whatever, copyright strike. So. Got to be safe with that, guys. The channel's doing really well. Thank you to everyone who's subscribing. But yeah, I didn't want to risk anything. So anyway, just to kind of wrap this up, this game, let me talk about some pros and cons. I like the 50-card deck model. I like the single leader card. I like when there's only 4 of a card like this. That's all excellent. I do like the way that the board is set up. Let me let it... Hang on. I really want to get to a nice like look at the board. Oh, well. It's a good enough. I know y'all can see it just fine like this. So, I do like how simple this is. This is basically the same thing as... like I said, it's the same thing as Alpha Clash, and it's kind of the same thing as One Piece. And that's one thing I did want to mention when going over this. I almost feel like this was the beta version of One Piece, right? Like, this was like the alpha version, quote-unquote, of One Piece, where it's like now we have One Piece, which, in my personal opinion, just judging by what I see here, and you know, if there's any Dragon Ball super fans out there that, you know, they're going to be rolling their eyes about this, but I just feel like One Piece is just a better made game in every regard than this game, but not in a bad way. Almost like this was the natural evolution. Like, it's almost like One Piece was the natural evolution of what they started here, what Bandai started here with Dragon Ball Super. And I could be wrong. Maybe 2 different people invented the game to begin with, and they bought rights to it. I don't know any of the background story. I have absolutely no idea. But I have to say this, that the energy area, using cards from hand for energy is almost like a thing of the past now. At least in my opinion, after playing One Piece, I don't know if I could go back to that model. You know, this idea of like, oh yeah, I'm going to play a card from my hand for energy. You know, now there are games that get around it, of course, like Flesh and Blood. It's a little different because you always draw up to 4 cards every turn. But, you know, games like Magic the Gathering, for example, games like, I'm trying to think, you know, Hearthstone, see, everyone's kind of gotten around it because one of the biggest complaints one of the absolute biggest complaints with Magic the Gathering is this idea that, like, oh, I got screwed on land, or I got mana screwed, or energy screwed, or, you know, resource screwed, you know, however you want to say it. And I understand that. It's happened to me. It's happened to my opponents. I get it. You know, it's a horrible feeling. And ever since then, I feel like games have made that like priority number 1 to get around, like so that their players don't have to deal with it. But man, I don't know if a game has done as good a job at getting around it as One Piece has. And I'm not trying to say that with any kind of bias. I legitimately think they completely conquered this idea. Like they did such a good job with it, with the Dawn deck, like introducing the Dawn deck on the side. And I would love to see that idea going forward with pretty much all games, especially if they had it where you just have to randomize the deck. Like, say you had a 20-card Dawn deck, just totally random, and you can only have 10 at a time, right? And then at the same time, have Dawn cards that do different things or something, you know. And I'm just brainstorming, guys. I'm not saying they're going to do that. I don't know how they balance it. I'm just giving ideas of how card games could go moving forward with this idea of having your external energy deck, your external resource deck. I love that. Of course, I like the leader. The leader idea with this game is very good with Goku back here and Frieza and all the iconic characters. Big fan of the combo or counter system, which is very similar to that of One Piece. The phases are very basic. I love how there's really just 3 phases. There's your charge phase is untap, upkeep, draw, all, you know, put into just one phase. It's just untap, upkeep, draw, just everything right there. And upkeep, quote unquote, is more like, you know, playing your energy down, like what it says right here for number 3, if you choose to do that. And then, you know, we go into the main phase where we have all these different options going on, all these different things you can do in whatever order you want. Or someone correct me on that. If that's not the case in Dragon Ball Super, do you have to follow a very strict, you know, you can do this, then you can do this, then you could do this, and then proceed to end phase, right? Y'all correct me if I'm wrong on that. But I do like that quite a bit. The battle system, like I said, very similar to One Piece. It feels good having the combo system where you can buff stuff or not. And yet again, this is where I feel like this game is almost like a beta version of what we're playing now in One Piece. And I'm sorry if that offends people. It's not meant to be offensive. I just see a natural progression, a natural evolution of this genre with what we're seeing now. Because you see how all of your buff cards are from your hand. Whereas in One Piece, remember, offensively, your buff cards are your Dawn cards. They double over, not just as energy or resources, but also as buff cards for offense. And then defensively, your cards from hand are used, or your cards are used, you're using cards from hand to defend as counters. So very, very awesome thing to see here with that system. And I'm glad to see where it's going. Like I said, hopefully, hopefully more games can learn from what I said with One Piece with the Dawn system. Okay, the energy stuff is really cool, so that way you can mix whatever colors you want to. I did like that a lot. Let me see if they show that. Oh, real quick, the offense, defense, that was all perfect. It's kind of, you get an action, now I get a reaction, right? And I like how the defense step is second, right? Because the offensive step happens first, where they're going to determine, okay, I'm going to put this much damage on my guy, extra damage. Now you have a chance to defend that. And then it doesn't go back to like, okay, now offense's turn again. All right, now defense's turn again. No, it's just offense goes, then defense gets a chance to react. Because if offense puts too much on one character, then the defensive step is, okay, there you go. You committed that resource. Now I think it is beneficial for me to not respond and consider it like a waste that you did all that on that character. Right. Okay, then the damage step where we add it all up. Okay, yeah, I think that's about it, guys. I don't have a lot more to say. If I missed anything, by all means, guys, please comment in the comment section below. Tell me something I missed. Have you played this game before? What are your thoughts on this game? What are your thoughts on Dragon Ball Super? I even heard, someone correct me if I'm wrong on this, or someone give any extra information on this if you have it. I even heard they were starting to remake this game. I think someone said at Gen Con that they hinted to that. Maybe I misunderstood what they were saying because again, I don't play this game. But I do get I did get a someone told me in my local gaming scene that they were starting to do some changes to this, or there were changes on the horizon. Y'all tell me what y'all know about that. That'd be great. And yeah, that's about it, guys. I do hope y'all enjoyed this video, and don't worry, One Piece is my main thing on here, and then I also have my other card games I follow, such as Lorcana, which I've got stuff in the works there, and Flesh and Blood. I'm still working on some stuff there, so y'all bear with me, be patient with me. I got a lot of stuff planned. I'm trying to get through all of it, step by step. All right, guys, hope y'all enjoyed. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you don't mind. It really helps me out. And until next time, guys, peace.